What's up, everybody? My name's Seth, and we are back games more Troll Drove, talking about the Summerfest event. Beautiful Sunfest 2018 is here, guys. This little ally is what you're gonna end up getting at the final part of the quest line, which is going to only again be 10 measly mastery. But that doesn't really matter, because more important than that, celebratory pinatas are back, baby. So there's gonna be pinata dudes that you're gonna be able to fight out in the world. Shout out to Eerie, I think is their name, because if you want to actually farm these guys, he actually recommended you do it in the Forbidden Spires, because then you can end up killing the pinatas and gain celebratory pinatas while simultaneously killing the enemies in the biome to end up gaining yourselves fiery feathers. How cool is that? Because unfortunately the celebratory, or not celebratory, the shadow pinatas, the evil pinata army that is invading this world, not all of them end up spawning in every single biome for some weird reason. I've never seen any in Lunopolis. I don't see them in Cursed Vale. But the fact of the matter is that they can end up dropping these pinatas in the boatloads. So farm it up while you can, folks, because these pinatas, let me take my face cam off here. These pinatas are not tradable, so farm them up while you can. You can also get lively launcher wings off of the enemies. The pinatas themselves can end up dropping confetti balls. They can end up dropping pinata styles specific to the celebratory ones. Most of all, the celebratory pinata hat style, as well as the celebratory mounts. So I'll talk about that stuff in a bit. We'll most of all just focus on the event itself. So give me a second to get my images ready here. Oh, those shadow pinatas can also end up dropping shadow pinata, or not shadow pinata, just pinata coins, which is an item that originally was supposed to end up getting removed from the game, but they just decided to keep it, because why not? There's gonna be this guy hanging out in the hub here. He's where you're going to end up spending your pinata coins. Now, again, I'll show you guys what each of these mounts ends up actually looking like later in the video, because otherwise for right now, let's focus on the event. And the first part of the event is to mine 200 shapestone. So you're just gonna end up heading into a novice world. In the medieval highlands, I generally find that shapestone is extremely common in the early areas, just because it's a noob zone, so it's one of the only ores that can end up spawning. So you're gonna be able to get that very, very simple and very, very easy. And from it, you're going to end up getting the reward of 10 jade clovers. Up next, you gotta defeat 10 shadow pinata invaders. Don't be fooled by the name invaders. They are not invading, they're not invaders per se, where they end up dropping down from the sky. They're just going to be out in the world in most of the biomes, not all of them. But you kill 10 of those guys. This is what they look like. And you're going to be able to get yourself 3 empowered gem boxes. Up next, you got to complete an outpost or geode adventure. Now, an outpost quest is going to be a quest that you have to do either, well, not either, but just out in the world. So you'll head on over to the Neon City and Uber 3 so that you can find Luminopolis. And what you're looking for is one of these bad boys so that you can end up getting one of their quest lines, which will end up being various things of, you know, kill rampage bosses, kill normal bosses in the dungeons and stuff like that. And it's also important to note that if you go this route of actually doing the Luminopolis outpost quest, the way that Trove works in terms of code is it doesn't really matter the dungeon itself that you actually go into to defeat the boss. It matters where the dungeon generates. So a normal Neon City dungeon can generate within the Luminopolis sub-biome and is going to end up counting towards the actual quest line, rather than what you would think with how Trove is coded, where it would just be a normal neon enemy just within the biome, right? Or you can end up going to the geode section, and there's going to be these little dudes kind of hanging out in the area where you can end up accepting quests from them, and their quests are going to end up varying. But I ended up accepting this guy's little quest, which was plain and simple: go into the caves and do some stuff, right? Mine a bunch of ore. And then if you end up ever having trouble trying to see any of the quest lines and stuff like that, because otherwise you're going to end up having, like right behind my face cam, will end up being the event quest line, right? Now, you can always end up opening the Adventures tab. On PC, the default key is going to end up being I. And then in the Geode section, you're going to end up seeing the Geode quest. Outpost quest, you're going to see the Outpost quest. You just click on Show, and you're going to have that quest dominate over your screen. But don't worry, because once you end up completing the quest line, it should move on to the next part of the event. But if it doesn't, you can always just click on the Events tab and open that up. Yikes. So anyways, for that part of the quest, you're going to get yourself 20 dragon coins. Then you have to complete a club adventure quest. So what you're going to do for this one is just go to a club world that has the fixture for the NPCs. On PC, we've got Team Pixel. You can end up joining up. On Xbox, we've got Jub Jub is the club, and on PS4, we have Uggles Squid as the clubs where you can end up getting all of the outpost quests, and most of those are very self-explanatory. Where they actually are in Team Pixel, you take the yellow port, and bada bing, bada boom, it's just gonna be right over here in this little hut. So anyways, you end up just completing any of the quest lines from these guys, and then you're going to end up getting 5 golden ticket boxes. Now, the golden ticket boxes themselves can end up having a whole bunch of crazy things. It kind of shows it when it's in the collections menu here. Well, they can end up giving you like 5 or 15 dragons or something like that, a year of patron, and a bunch of other really big game-breaking things can end up happening from these boxes, guys, like serious magical events. Now, despite the fact that these golden ticket boxes do have karma bar, you're not going to be able to trigger the karma bar because we're likely not going to end up getting 70 boxes. Next part of the quest is to open those 5 golden ticket boxes. So hopefully you get something lucky. If you did, send me a tweet. I would love to see it. But otherwise, for the quest reward, you're going to get 25 dormant golden veil dragon fragments, which honestly speaking, guys, this dragon is extremely easy to get. You can just farm that dragon up in maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes just by going into the sky world and mining crystallized cloud. That is going to end up having a chance of actually dropping the fragment, and they drop like candy, dude. Like, seriously, they're very, very common. So up next, you have to defeat 3 dungeon bosses in Luminopolis. So this again, you know, comes into play with the outpost quest line, where if you end up having a quest line, or well, in this case, you have to defeat the bosses, right? So you can end up just completing a normal neon dungeon if it ended up generating in the Luminopolis, and then you're going to end up getting 10 adventurine plus 3, I guess, if you end up having patron or something. I'm still not entirely sure how those are calculated, but anyways, up next you have to collect a golden soul or a builder's box. I would recommend you go for the builder's box, guys, because golden soul is a very, very rare ore that can end up spawning with other ores. Generally speaking, I've seen it spawn more commonly in Fey biomes, but don't hold your breath for it. Like, if you gotta go and get ore, go and get ore. But otherwise, the builder's box is very, very common. You're just gonna be able to find that in random ore veins within the geode caves, and ultimately, it's gonna end up giving you builderite, right? So completing that is going to give you 3 lustrous gem boxes, which is very, very beautiful. Those are lustrous, so they're going to end up giving you really good stuff. No, I did make a mistake here. I didn't take a screenshot of the part of the event where you have to throw 20 big bombs in Bomber Royale, and then the quest line is going to end up giving you 10 summer pinatas, which of course you have to break 10 pinatas for the next quest line. But gotta go into a little bit of detail here, guys, because there's a bit of an oversight, which, you know, of course we would expect a big issue like this to end up happening in Trove. It's not really any surprise to us, but I ended up actually hopping in Bomber Royale. The big bombs are just going to be your normal bouncy bombs, right? So it's just going to be your primary attack. I ended up going into a round, and I ended up picking up a power-up right away for those big bombs. And as I ended up coming out of Bomber Royale, clearly I threw over 50 bombs, and I didn't end up getting the quest line. So I had a suspicion, and lo and behold, I ended up going into another Bomber Royale game, and I ended up throwing 20 bombs without grabbing a power-up. So the quest line should actually read that you have to throw 20 unupgraded big bombs in Bomb Royale, or it should say bouncy bombs rather than big bombs. Why do they call them big bombs? That's just going to trick people into thinking it's the giant spiky bomb, because that's the big bomb. So anyways, out of that, you're going to get the 10 summer pinatas, and then the final part of the quest line is where you're going to have to smash 10 pinatas. Now, it's important to note you have to smash 10 pinatas. It doesn't say throw 10 pinatas, so you can just smash it on other people's pinatas. I mean, people generally are going to be throwing pinatas left and right while this event is going on, right? And I'm going to try and save up as much of them as I can so that we can end up having a big old party at the end of it in Team Pixel. But then you're going to end up getting the little dragon ally, which I don't know where he is. These dumb little allies gotta stop wandering around from me. Seriously, there he is. Oh, he's so cute and kind of adorable and disgusting at the same time. So this guy, you know, again, is not going to be the best. He's going to give you 10 mastery, 8% to max, or 8% to health regen. Yikes! And then 5 jump. Also has a chance to recover 1 flash charge when a nearby enemy dies. That's not too bad, except I'm sure it's on an internal cooldown. So anyways, this is going to be the celebratory pinata head. This is going to end up being the Pinata Tar, which you can end up buying from the hub. And then this is going to be the Lively Launcher Wings, which, you know, you get the Pinatas, or maybe it's just from the Pinata Invaders. I forget. I would have to double check. But I think it's just from the Pinata Invaders themselves, because I didn't throw any celebratory pins and I ended up getting the wings. So unless somebody just threw one in the background and I got lucky, I don't know. But this is going to be 1,000 Pinata coins. This guy, as far as I know, is not tradable. The hyped up Pinata is. I'm pretty sure he's tradable. I don't think that the Dormant World Spring Dragon Egg is, but I'll show you guys what that is in a minute. That is going to be able to spawn this beautiful dragon, but you're going to have to get the Dormant Dragon Egg itself, and then you got to come on over to the Dragon Crucible, right? And where is he? Where is he? Where is he? It's been such a long time. There he is. He's going to be right over here, and he's going to cost you the Dormant Egg, 25,000 Flux, 500 Primordial Flame. So if you're farming for this guy, maybe you want to farm in the fire volcanic biome so that you can just end up picking up primordial flames passively while you're fighting the pinatas. And then, of course, 300 dragon coins. It's a beautiful dragon, though. It's got very nice video effects. It kind of feels like a better version of the Pinata Dragon. At least I think so anyways. And the Pinata shots are going to end up being very beautiful. Just all confetti all over the place, and it's very, very cool and neat. And then there's going to end up being this guy right here, which is the hyped up Pinata. That's going to end up being a gliding Pinata mount. Ignore the video effects on my character. That's actually the Bomber Royale Aura. I'll have that in another video. But the video effects around the mount, where you can see there's lots of confetti coming down, not to mention it just flies. So it's cool that we end up having a flying Pinata. I think that this is kind of like an underappreciated mount. I remember when it came out, like maybe that was last year or a year before that. I honestly don't even remember at this point. I'd have to check my old videos, right? But either way, I remember when it came out, people were just not really that hyped about this guy. Especially the fact that it's tradable. Like, you can actually buy these guys with extra Pinata coins, which I would recommend that you do, because the Pinata coins themselves still do say that they're going to end up being removed eventually. But you are going to be able to use these bad boys in the market and sell them to other players. Are you going to be able to make a profit off of it? Not very likely. Maybe console players more so, because they're going to end up being like a really, really rare, profitable item. Or you could just end up capitalizing right now and getting a bunch of these bad boys and selling them while the event is all hype and lit, right? Otherwise, I think that covers it. I hope that that covers it. Yeah, we're getting confetti balls as well, which is just an item that you put on your hotbar. You throw them on the ground, and that's just all that they do. You're going to want to either sell these bad boys or just start throwing them like crazy and spam out the video effects. But otherwise, guys, I think that covers it. Hopefully, I covered everything. If I missed a couple things, I've got my other videos that you can end up referring to, because the event is essentially going to end up giving all the same stuff, which in that regard, we get a lot of opportunity for a whole bunch of items, especially console players are going to have the opportunity of getting lots of different items and stuff like that. But as far as the event itself, 10 Mastery is pretty much the only thing that PC players are going to get that's new, right? So thanks for watching, though, folks. Very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified anytime new videos go up. And then otherwise, if you want to support me, you can always sponsor the YouTube channel, which is going to end up being a monthly subscription fee, or check links in the description below so you can end up buying some of my merch. Or if you're not really the financially inclined individual, there are free options with which you can support me, which is through Gawkbox or Solidarity app. Links will be down below. You access those links through your phone, sign up with them. They're going to tell you to play various phone games, which is going to essentially give you free money that you can give to me. Free donations, guys. It's really, really cool. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes, seriously, and it does actually help in more ways than you think. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Good luck out there farming those pins. Sayonara and stay epic.